Happy Homebrew Wednesday, everyone. This week I want to briefly talk to you about tubing. Mainly I want to speak to you about the tubing you'd use for hot wort transfer. I've seen a lot of people use vinyl tubing for that, and that's a really bad idea for many reasons. First off, vinyl tubing is only rated for 170 degrees. So not only does it get very pliable, kinks really easy once it gets hot, it very well could melt and make a huge mess, and you don't want hot wort all over the place. It's just not a good idea. Now, vinyl tubing is the cheapest type of tubing you're going to be able to use. I use this stuff for all of my transfer from my carboys into my kegs. Very good use for that. And it's so cheap that once it gets to the point where it's just nasty, you toss it out and replace it. It's not that expensive. Moving on, for the hot wort, I suggest either a silicone tubing or a thermoplastic tubing. We will start with the silicone since I've got that in his hand. Silicone, what I love about this is probably the most popular tubing to use. I will probably be switching my entire system over to it. Right now I use this stuff. It is, well, very pliable. Translucent, so you can see the liquid transferring through the tubing. It is rated for 500 degrees, and it will not kink up at that temperature. So perfect for hot side transfer. It's probably the most expensive tubing you're going to run into. I do not know off the top of my head how much it costs, but I know it is the most expensive per foot. Slightly less expensive is the thermoplastic. Again, this is rated up to 300 and something. I don't remember off the top of my head. No problem transferring directly out of the boil kettle. You lose the ability to see if you've got liquid moving through it. But there's a trade-off there. It's, like I said, it's not as expensive as the silicone. It's a little bit more rigid. If that's a benefit to you, I don't know. Another thing real quick is a different type of quick connects. I don't have any of the others with me, unfortunately. I use this style here. This is called the quick connect. Basically, you got a male and a female end, like you would have anything else. A lot of people use cam locks. Cam locks are just fine. I don't see any problem with it. The thing I like about the quick connect is it is really a one-hand operation. You've got your female end and male end, and it's just you pull that back and it slips on, and that's it. Comes back off. It's one-handed. A lot of people I have seen, and it makes sense, I guess. I didn't do it this way. They do make the female ends with a barb fitting, and you would put that on your tubing with the barb fitting. Obviously not like this. And then use the male end on your pot, which is exactly the opposite of the way I do it. But that way, when you're connecting, you're literally doing a one-handed operation. This would go on there, and then you're connected, and you can disconnect it with one hand. I opted to do it the other way. For all my connections, these are on my pots, and then all my male fittings are on my hoses, and then basically I use my thumb or just another hand to connect it that way. To me, it seemed more logical to have the lighter of the two fittings on my hoses. I guess it doesn't matter. Your operator's choice. That's really all. I wanted to cover this week. Oh, no. Another thing, just please do yourself a favor. No matter how tight this seems like it's going on, when these tubes get hot, I don't care which one you use, these tubes are going to pop right off if you get any kind of back pressure on here. Always use a worm clamp or some sort of clamp to hold these tubes on. It's the last thing you want is if you're trying to transfer your wort and it's hot and that thing pops off and spraying all over you. That's a situation. Please don't do it. That's all I got. Really, if you guys have any specific questions regarding tubing, I have, I'll put in the description below a link to a website that has a plethora of information about tubing. It's got kind of a cheat sheet of what type of tubing you're supposed to be using for each different thing. It's got what different sizes, if you're looking for buying tubing, it tells you exactly what sizes you should be using. So I will put that in the description below. If you have any other questions for me, please put those down there. I'd be happy to answer those for you. I do want to let you know that this will probably be the last Homebrew Wednesday of any significance I'm going to do for a while. I got myself wrapped up in something that's got me really busy right now. I wish I could say it was beer related. It's not, but I don't have a lot of time to do these things. I will still be bringing out the product reviews and brew days as I do them. But if you have any questions for me in any of the videos, put a comment in any of the videos. I will answer it. If you want to just email me, it's homebrewingtv@gmail.com. That's all I got for you. So please, if you found this at all helpful, give me a thumbs up. Share the video with anybody you think might find it helpful. If this is your first time with me, please hit that subscribe button. If you want to know when I do come up with some new videos, because like I said, it might be a little bit until the next one comes out, hit the bell icon, and then you will get a notification when that does come out. That's all I have for you. So please, as always, keep brewing, my friends.